So hi guys, welcome to part 7 of the tutorial React, Redux, NodeJS and ElasticSearch. Here we'll add components to create our flashcards. So in the previous tutorial we created components for navbar and footbar. Now let's create a component named flashcard.js which will be responsible for displaying a component for creating flashcards. So just copy this code, I'll explain it as usual. I go to components, I create a new file, name it flashcard.js, Control V, Control S. So as usual, I'm creating a component class flashcard that extends react.component, and I am including a form here, a form which will contain input type text where I'll be entering my note, and a button submit. So once I click on submit, it should save my note and it should also display my note. So those features are not included yet, but this will give us a layout. Now whenever we add a component, we need to add it to the main file, that is app.js. So we'll remove this h1 tag which we're having, and instead of that we'll add flashcard. This should exactly be same as your class name defined here. I copy it and I again paste it to make sure it's correct. Then you need to import the component. So I import flashcard from ./components/flashcard. That's it, you're done. So now if I go with my webpack and my nodemon already running, I go to Hackavan, I refresh this page, add flashcard. So now you can actually add flashcards over here like Hackavan, hello guys. But if I click on submit, nothing is going to happen because I've not defined those functionalities. So let's start step by step. First thing that I want is whenever I write a flashcard here and I click on submit, there should be some data structure which will save my flashcard. Later on in the coming tutorial we'll be saving it in ElasticSearch, but right now let's save it in some data structure. So coming back to the tutorial, so now we will change the flashcard application to something. Let me copy the code and I'll explain it to you. So this is an important set of code, so please be with me. Copy, shift. Yes, sorry. Okay, I want to tell here, Control C. I replace my file flashcard with this code. Save it. So let's go one by one that what exactly are we doing here. We see that in the flashcard we defined a constructor, we defined an event handler handle change, and event handler handle submit, and we did a few changes in our render function as well. Let's go one by one. In the form we trigger an event that on submit it should trigger an event handle submit, and in the text input we trigger an event that on change it should trigger an event handle change, and we define those event handlers over here, handle submit and handle change. Then we see that we define a constructor. So if we go to constructor, I have given the link down there. So a constructor, first thing we did was we defined super props. What was the significance of this line? So whenever you define a constructor, you need to call super props before any other statement. Otherwise your functionalities like this.props will throw undefined and you cannot access them. What is this.props? Props is a way we access properties. So say in app.js I have a flashcard and I want to throw in some properties like say cool is equal to Hackavan. Then in flashcard.js I can access Hackavan or the cool property by using this.props.cool. So that is how we do it. Or say you define it like this. I close flashcard here, flashcard, and I say, sorry, this should be here, and I say something like my name is Ayush, and I want to access my name is Ayush in flashcard.js, then I can access it using this.props.children. So whatever comes in between is the children. So leave it for now. So that is the significance of super props. Then we defined our state. So state is a dictionary with a key value and a list flashcards. So every flashcard we create will be saved in this list for now, and the value will contain your flashcard value at that particular moment. So say I write here DW, or I write here hello, then the value of value will be hello at this particular point of time. Then we'll take care of what these two lines we'll discuss later, but let's talk about how value will be the value of the text box and how flashcards will contain all the list of my flashcards. Those two are taken care by handle change event handler and handle submit event handler. So what handle change is doing is every time we type something on the text box, it sets the state of value to event.target.value. So to see this, let's do a console.log, and here we'll do event.target.value. Okay, save it, get back here, refresh it, and open your console. Okay, so I go to console and say I type here A, C. So if you see the console, right now it is HSC, so the console.log is printing HSC. If I change it to K hack AVAN, so every time you type something on this text box, your event handle change is triggered, and it sets the value of value to event.target or value. So if I leave it right now, the value is Hackavan. As you see, let me enlarge it. The value is Hackavan. Can I enlarge this? Yes. Is Hackavan. So you see it, on every keystroke that event handler was triggered, and the present value is Hackavan. So with that you can figure out that the value of this .state.value at present is Hackavan. Now the moment I click on submit, this event handle submit is called. All handle submit does is it pushes. So it gets the state of value, which is Hackavan right now. It pushes it to an array. So array, I defined a new array which is equivalent to this .state.flashcards. This .state.flashcards being empty right now, and I push my value, that is Hackavan in this case, to my array, and then I reinitialize this .state.flashcards with array. So in short, I just pushed that value to that existing array. So to see that, what we can do is we can put a console.log of what? Of this .state.flashcards. Save it, get back here and minimize this. Okay, clean my console, refresh this page, say I type here Hackavan, I click on submit. I'll show you, I'll type something else also, viewers. I click on submit. So now if I see my console.log, you'll see viewers. This was the event handler on change, and we had a handle change, and we had an event handle submit, which was printing our flashcards, which is a list. So right now it's a list of Hackavan and viewers, the two flashcards we entered. So that's what we are doing pretty much here. So We are creating a constructor, defining our states, value and flashcards. Value every time is saving the value of the flashcard. Flashcards is a list of all the flashcards that you have created. And the last important thing to discuss is we are binding, dot bind. We are binding both these event handlers. Why is that important? So I've given a link over here about why it is important. So first of all, the best place to bind your event handlers is in your constructors. And whenever you bind your event handler in a constructor, your event handler has its context bound to the component instance. So now you can access the properties, the state, and call set state or later on force update from such bound handlers. That is the significance of event binding. I've also provided here links which talks really in a very well arranged manner about what is the significance of binding in JavaScript component classes. I provided links about forms where they talk about event handlers like handle change, handle click, about constructors. I've provided all those links in my GitHub README. So I think that was the crux of what we covered in this tutorial number 8. So we created our flashcard JS skeleton, and we were successfully able to save every flashcard that we create in its state. So now we are able to save our flashcards in their state. The only thing that is left is to display it to the users. So we'll take care of it in the next tutorial. See you guys in a few.